Hi guys, welcome back. Well, since I recently filmed my updated perfume collection, I thought this might also be an ideal time to do an updated body spray collection because I haven't done one for a really long time. So I've got quite a few body sprays here to get through, so I think I'm just going to dive right in and start showing you my body spray collection. So the first one I've picked up here is this one, and this is a Ted Baker body spray, and it is a 150ml product, which is quite generous for a body spray. And this is the pink version, as you can see. I think Ted Baker do different ones according to the colours. I've seen a green one and possibly a few different colours as well. This fragrance describes itself as a vivacious body spray comprised of rose, sandalwood and juicy raspberry. So that smells gorgeous, and it's definitely a really lovely one to just throw in your handbag and spritz on throughout the day, and it's ideal for this time of year as well because seriously, how summery is that? So that's a lovely one there. The next one is this one here, and this is a very elegant looking one. This is from FCUK, and this is a fruity oriental fragrance, and again I love the packaging, and it's a nice generous 150ml product as well. Next is a bit of a random one. This was originally from Asda, and this is a brand called the Pampery, and this is just so sweet and so girly, and it reminds me of like candy floss. It's just so nice. Next we have this one from Fearne, and I think this was from a few years ago. There was a Fearne Cotton Christmas gift set, and this came as part of that, and this is described as a powdery musk aroma enhanced by creamy vanilla tones. So it's quite potent, but it's definitely something that I like, and it's just in a very sweet little 75ml bottle, which is just ideal to carry around in my handbag without it weighing my bag down. So now moving on to some more. There is this one here from Lace, and this actually came with a corresponding perfume, and I used up the perfume a while ago, but I still have the body spray, so need to get this one used up because it's been around for a while, but it's a really nice one, and it is quite a traditional fragrance and quite ladylike, and just think Downton Abbey and you won't really go far wrong. It just smells lovely. The problem is I tend to just gravitate more towards using perfumes rather than body sprays, so then I kind of just accumulate body sprays, and I think it's about time I use some of these up. So anyway, moving on, we have this one from Yardley. This is the Yardley Fruit Sensation Body Spray in Strawberry and Kiwi, which is really nice. I love wearing these. I know maybe not everybody wants to smell like a strawberry or a peach, but I just love fruity fragrances. I think they're just so refreshing and fun. That's the main thing. They're really fun and they're really nice. Another one here from Yardley. This is the Fruit Sensation Body Spray in Melon and Peach, and boy does this one smell peachy. Two here that are the same. This is Coty Lamont, and I just love this fragrance. I've got through a couple of the perfumes and kind of just accumulated a couple of the body sprays because I tend not to gravitate towards using them. But this fragrance is described as a romantic scent of rose, orchid and golden jasmine, softly embraced by sandalwood and vanilla. So just really nice. It actually smells quite fresh and quite I don't know, a bit like you've just had a very nice long soak in the bath. Next there is some random ones from Insette, and there isn't a lot left in these. This is Insette Coral, and I think I've got another one, yeah, two Insette Coral and a Insette Emerald and a Insette Jade. These are perfumed body sprays, and they're just really pleasant and wearable. Next I've got quite a few from Charlie, which is made by Revlon. This is Charlie Enchant, and this is just in absolutely beautiful packaging. I love it, and this is described as a captivating blend of wild apple, honeysuckle and coconut. So, oh, that sounds delicious. Next I've got Charlie Bittersweet, and this is described as a mix of rich saffron, tangy bergamot and dark amber. This one smells lovely. This is what I've got in my handbag at the moment. Next I've got a couple of Charlie Reds there, just in slightly different packaging. I think this is older packaging and this is newer packaging, but this is described as a dynamic mix of flowers and spicy fruits. You can't go wrong with something floral and fruity. Again, I've got a couple here from Charlie Pink, just in slightly different packaging. This is the older version and this is the newer version. And this is described as a juicy mix of red fruits, tangerine and vanilla. So that sounds absolutely delicious and it smells amazing. And finally from Charlie, there is Charlie Glam, and this says that it is a glamorous cocktail of bergamot and raspberry. So this is actually a very kind of glamorous smelling body spray. I could definitely see myself using this on a night out, even though it's just a body spray, but it's really nice. It's very nice. That's very grown up for a body spray. Next there is this one from Lynx. This is the Lynx Attract for Her, and I remember when this came out a couple of years ago now. It was just like a revelation, because for so long I think a lot of women had wanted to have the equivalent of what Lynx is for men, but in a version that women could wear, even though I'm sure some women do wear the male version of Lynx, but hey, whatever. This was just like really exciting anyway, because it was supposed to be something that was revolutionary, but it was kind of a letdown because it didn't smell like the female equivalent of what Lynx is for men at all. This just was just, oh, it's nice, but it's just like, it's just not comparable. It's just very blah. It's kind of like every other body spray I've ever smelled, whereas if you know what Lynx is for men, it smells just really nice and potent and nice. And maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really like Lynx. Next there are these random ones from Superdrug. This is the Glam Body Spray and the Delicious Body Spray. I think they've since been repackaged now. And this other random one, which is from Coty, and it is called Exclamation. And finally there's quite a few here from Impulse, and I think I got a lot of these when they was on offer or something like that, as I've got quite a few. This is Impulse Into Glamour, and I have two of these, and this describes itself as a blend of exotic oriental scents and citrus notes. So I really like my oriental, and I think it's really nice when oriental things are mixed with something fruity as well, especially something citrusy, because it just gives it that little extra kick. Here is Impulse Very Pink, and this describes itself as a blend of pink grapefruit with a sweet base of vanilla. You can't really go wrong with that. Next we have Impulse Tease. I think I've got two of these again. Nope, maybe not, maybe just one. Oh no, I do have two. And this one is described as a dazzling blend of zesty pineapple and exotic wood scents. So really nice. I like those kind of musky, woody fragrances. I pretty much like everything. I'm not too fussy at all when it comes to fragrance. I like sweet, I like floral, I like fruity, I like musky, I like oriental. I just like fragrances. But I do tire of them very easily, that's why I tend to switch them around very often. So this is Impulse Very Very Pink, and this is described as a deep blend of bitter orange with musk and sandalwood at its heart. So I guess that's a little bit more of an intense version of the Impulse Pink. Here we have Impulse Hint of Musk, and this is a blend of lime, jasmine and wood scents. So no wonder I really like the Impulse fragrances, because they all tend to have those kind of darker, woodier, more musky notes in them somewhere, which I really enjoy. Finally, not finally actually, there's 3 more. Almost finally, there's Impulse Goddess, and this is described as a blend of exotic oriental scents and citrus notes. And then there is Impulse Temptation, and this is a very flirty looking one. This would be nice for kind of Valentine's Day, I suppose. This is a blend of musky vanilla scents with amber notes. And here we have the Impulse City Collection Paris. I think this was limited edition a while ago now, and this is just a blend of bergamot, tangerine and something else which I cannot pronounce and I will not try. It is Muguet, if that means anything to you, because it means nothing to me, but it smells nice. And this is just another Impulse Very Pink, which I think I already mentioned. So yes, that is my body spray collection. So a few of these are kind of almost empty. There's not a lot left in some of them, so I'll just get those used up. But yeah, I just have accumulated quite a lot of body sprays. I've not particularly gone out of my way to collect these or anything. They've just built up. But yeah, I love body sprays. They remind me of being a kid. They remind me of being like kind of 12, 13, and they're just so fun, and they're just so kind of easy to just carry around in your bag and spray on, and just, you know, they're nice. I like them, but of course they're not the most kind of long-lasting fragrances or anything like that, and they do tend to be quite immature fragrances. But anyway, each to their own. I love my body sprays, and I just tend not to spray them on my body because I feel like obviously they've got a lot of alcohol in them, so they're going to be quite drying on the skin. So I much prefer to kind of just spray them on my clothes and just wear them much in the same way I would do a perfume. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do check out my perfume collection, or my updated perfume collection, if you haven't done already, and I'll see you in another video soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.